Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Rocket Jockey is a space-themed, like, little hand management, route building, pick up and deliver type game. And what it does is very simple. It takes a row of cards that are planets, and you have to play cards from your hands to get the cargo delivered from here to there, to here, to there, back to there, and finally to its predetermined destination. And if you can play those cards out in that row, you're going to score points for delivering the cargo to that. And everybody's going to use the same planets, the same cargo will kind of be out. So if I deliver it, then that cargo's gone and a new card will come out. And you really just have to kind of plan out your hand management. Now, the game is what I would call a budget title. This is a very good game if you're on a budget. You know, if you get this game for $5, $10, $15, I think you're going to get an enjoyable experience. Components are okay. If you like what I'm saying so far, then I think this will be it. You know, I've seen games like this that are bigger and better components than $60, $70 variants. This is a probably $5, $10, $15 variant of this, right? Basically a deck of cards and a little plastic miniature of spaceships, all you're going to get. So as you're going through, you're going to be drawing cards. It's really about how do I use these cards to score the most points. Because the more cards you spend, i.e. the more locations you go to, the more you're going to get points, i.e., right? So you want to spend as many cards as possible to go all over the galaxy and back and then deliver the cargo. And the better you can do that, the more points you will score. But you can also kind of chain it where you can score more than one cargo on a turn, which is fantastic, right? That'd be another way to maximize your score. Overall, I feel like the game is fine. I like it. The box is way too big for what it is, but I had a really good time with it. It's a budget title. You know, it's a one-trick pony. You're delivering this cargo, and that's it. But this is going to appeal to a lot of people. This might be something you may have missed out on. This might be a game that you hadn't heard of that actually packs a lot of punch in it for you. For me, it's going to be a Purge. We have games that do this, and we kind of like the bibs and boobobs that come with it. And I think we have this taken care of other places, but it doesn't take anything away from this game. If you're a budget gamer at all, this is one that you need to check out. Rocket Jockey. Here are the components for Rocket Jockey. Planet hopping, never stopping. Looks like it has that 50s sci-fi look on the front of it. You open it up, you're going to get a rule book, which we'll take a look at. And you're going to have a fairly empty box inside. I wouldn't say this is a custom insert. I guess the cards kind of fit in here. You have this one little plastic rocket ship that's kind of useless during the game, but okay. And a whole bunch of cards. The cards are actually fairly good. You can see the box art on the back. Not a whole lot of artwork in this game. The cards are okay. Kind of more like your Munchkin style cards, and you're going to get a lot of them. Lots of rooms for expansions that were never released, lots of air in here. This could have been a very small card game, and I wonder if it would have done better if it had been. Here's the rule book. You can see the picture of all the different card types, which is really helpful because there are quite a few different types in here. When you open it up, you're going to have a picture of setup with the instructions on this side, and then playing the game and some examples with pictures that are included. Tells you how to make deliveries, how to score on the prestige points, etc. And then you get a little explanation of how the co-pilot cards work, and a little bit more of end-of-game scoring. And then you're going to have the credits on the back. The rulebook is fairly good. You can learn this game probably in 10 or 15 minutes of reading this and be up and running. So to set the game up, you're going to have the 9 planets out. I have them scrunched up just so they can fit on camera, and you'll put a cargo between each one. You just got to make sure the number on the planet and the number on the cargo do not match. If they do, you would discard the card and draw another card to replace it, because this is where the cargo will be sent to. Now on your turn, you're going to be attempting to send this cargo using this space shuttle to the planet. So let's say we're trying to get, we're going to try to get this 7 over to the 7. Going to utilize this rocket, so the rocket will start out on 4. So let's say the first card I would play from my hand would be the 4-1, or it can go to 1-4. So I'm going to play this card and move my rocket ship to 1. Remember, this is all the same turn, so when you're playing these, you have to be able to get the cargo released, otherwise you can't play a card. Let's say the next one I play was 1-2. That moves it to 2, but I am still trying to get it to 7. So maybe I would play the 2-5, which would get it to 5, still not to 7. Now, if I ran out of cards, then I obviously couldn't play this because I don't have the 7 at the 7. I have it at the 5 right now. Maybe the last card I would play would be the 5-7. I would go here. This cargo would be delivered, okay? Then I would take out my trusty scoring card that I have. I spent 1, 2, 3, 4 cards to make it, so I would score 10 points.
Scoring mechanisms are not included. You have to write down the points yourself. Huge negative for the game for me. So I would have scored 10 points. You want to deliver the cargo as inefficiently as possible. If on a turn you're unable to deliver it, then you cannot deliver on that turn. So now to explain the main mechanism of the game. That's really what you're trying to do. On a given turn, you can do one thing, which you must always do, which is draw a card. You will always increase your hand size by 1 by drawing a card at the beginning of your turn. Then you can move, as I just showed you, and that's the main mechanism of the game. Or, if not, I can draw a second card into my hand. Now, you can chain these together, which can be quite useful. So if I got it to the 7, here I'm on the 7, I want to get this back to 4. If I had a card or a way to make that happen, I could definitely play it. So let's say I had this card, 4-7, then I could get this over here, delivering 2 cargoes on the same turn, thus scoring me more points. Whoever scores the most points using this system of transporting things by the time the game ends, wins the game. The game will end when the aliens show up. They will come out on the 10th planet and slowly move their way to Earth. When they reach Earth, the game will end. You can also deliver them always easy. You can deliver them to Earth if you want to score some points and kind of make the end of the game come quicker.